Hey guys, I'm Danielle and this is Bookchara and you are watching my November TBR game. So as always, we are going to review the books that I was supposed to read and then see how much trouble I'm in. Last month I played a combined TBR game where I played my Clue-inspired Getting Away with Murder TBR game as well as Becca's Spookathon game. And came up with a total of, I believe, 5 books between the two. Let's review. For my game, I drew the library prompt card, and that was to read a book featuring a school. And for that one, I chose Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. This one also worked for the Bookathon prompt, which was poll pick. I did not get to Keeper of the Lost Cities in October. For the next prompt for my TBR game, I picked up The Dagger, and for that one, I read my Read Like Graham book, which I can now talk about because that video is out, and that was The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie by Alan Bradley. I gave that one 4 stars. The next role for my game was The Billiard Room, and that was to read a buddy read. I did read all 725 pages of Fool's Fate by Robin Hobb. This is book 3 in the Tawny Man trilogy and book 6 in the Realm of the Elderlings overall. No, book 9. Book 9. I buddy read this with Bookish Chaz, and this one also counted for the Bookathon prompt of 5-star prediction. That was an accurate, very accurate prediction, but I'm sure nobody is surprised. Also for Spookathon, I was supposed to read a book that I should have already read, or a book that's been on a past TBR. For that one, I chose Casket Case by Lauren Evans. This was a NetGalley arc that I had received, and the book was released on September 10th. I actually started this one just one evening before bed, and I was not jiving with the writing at all. So that is a soft DNF for now. So I did not finish that book. Nowhere close. And then the final prompt for Spookathon was Blood, to read a book with red on the cover. And I chose Dark and Deepest Red by Anna Marie McLemore. I have had this book on my TBR for longer than I care to admit. And I said in my previous TBR game, I'm going to read this book. I'm going to do it. I'm finally going to do it. So I am reading this book. I'm over halfway, and today is October 25th. So I am going to count this one as read because this is going to be my priority for the next 6 days. Should be less than 150 pages left, so that's more than doable. And then my grand total of books read for October will be 3, which seems below average for me, but I feel like Fool's Fate was big enough to be 2 books. So that's how I'm making this make sense in my head. Not only that, I have had some life stuff going on that has been making reading a little bit more difficult. My brain is busy, and so I know you guys probably can relate to that at one time or another. So yes, I have read 3 out of the 5 that should be in there in the case file, or that could potentially be in the case file. We next need to talk about the viewer prompt. So I had one save that I'm carrying over from September because you guys are amazing. The viewer prompt for October was Lead Pipe, and that was to read a book with water on the cover or in the title. I had 7 of you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of you for sure complete this prompt, and 1 of you that had commented you were currently reading. I don't know if you finished the book, but either way, we have another save. Thank goodness. Okay, so what you guys read. Kim read Broken Bayou by Jennifer Moorhead. Jennifer read The Night We Lost Him by Laura Dave. Shannon read Our Wives Under the Sea and Long Bright River. Mead read Dusk by Robbie Arnault. Colleen read The Midnight Library. Tigress read The Son of Neptune by Rick Riordan. Sweet Tea Reads read River Marked by Patricia Briggs. And Wise was in the process of reading House in the Cerulean Sea. I do not know if they finished. But again, either way, we have another save. And like I mentioned last month, I felt pretty confident I was going to need to lean heavily on those saves this month. Hey guys, Editing Danielle here. I wanted to let you know after I filmed my TBR game, we had a couple more viewer prompt submissions. So I wanted to add that Mead also read The Coast Road by Alan Murin, and Ames read I Feed Her to the Beast and the Beast is Me by Jameson Shea. So that's awesome. Also, I finished, it's right there, I finished Dark and Deepest Red by Anna Marie McLemore. I wound up giving it 3 stars. So let's look in the case file. Here's this. And books I needed to have read in October. Oh gosh. Okay, casket case. We also have, oh, okay, all right. We also have Fool's Fate. And then finally, oh, I lucked out so majorly. The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie. So we are going to use one of the viewer prompt saves for Casket Case. I will carry October's save over. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. We lucked out. I very well could have used both saves this month. So yeah, no penalty books. There are 4 full weeks in November, and so I will be rolling for 4 books and the viewer prompt. Let me go get the board set up and we will see what November has in store for us. Okay guys, I know there's a little bit of a glare, but that is necessary because it is cloudy outside today and we would not be able to see the board if I didn't have my ring light turned up. So we are going to roll now and see which character I am playing as. 4. Okay, 4 is Mr. Green, aka Ace. He's our resident card shark. His special skill is that he can remove 1 random TBR clue card. Oh man. Okay. Well, if I look, I'm gonna have to reshuffle. So I don't know if I've ever got to do this before. So the clue cards with the star on them are the ones that are my TBR hopefuls, and the other ones are ones that got randomly chosen off of my physical TBR using a random number generator. So do I want to remove Winter's Orbit? One of us is lying, Rhapsodic, or Holes. Okay. I'm going to remove Holes, I think. I don't really know if I care either way, but it's going to increase the chances that I get one that I wanted to get. I mean, obviously, on some level, I want to read all of these. Okay, there we go. Nine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got the dagger. For dagger, I will be reading a book that is less than 300 pages. And for that one, I have chosen Operation Happy by Jenny Walsh. This is a 223-page middle grade that you may or may not see pop up elsewhere on my channel. Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to move 3 and draw a clue card. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I will be reading Winter's Orbit this month. As you saw, for clue card, I got Winter's Orbit, and this one is by Everina Maxwell. I was gifted this by Natalie over at Nat Cat's Bookish Cafe. You guys, Natalie is a wonderful human, and if you have not checked out her channel, if you're not familiar with her channel, I will leave a link to her channel down in the description box below. So thank you, Natalie, for gifting me this, and I hope this is finally my opportunity to get to this book. Nine. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got the revolver. For revolver, the prompt is to read a book that's part of a series, and I have allowed myself to read book 1s for that prompt if I so choose. But I am going to read a book 3 because Bookchara read-alongs, which I host with Amy at A Star Reads and Paige at Pages with Paige, is wrapping up the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series this month. I will be reading with my friends As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. Just a little plug for Bookchara. We should be coming out with our announcement videos very soon for the series that we plan to read together next year. So keep an eye out for those. The more the merrier. We would love to have you guys join us for our 2025 read-alongs. Seven. Okay. I kind of wanted to leave and go back in, if I'm honest. Oh, I'm taking a chance, though. Okay, shoot. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And my final prompt, Mr. Green, the man of the hour. And then lastly, for my prompts, I drew the Mr. Green card, which is to read a green book or a book with green on the cover or in the title. I am going to go with The Secret of the Old Clock by Carolyn Keene. This is the first Nancy Drew mystery, and as you can see, Nancy's wearing a green dress. I don't know if I've ever read these, and this was one I had left over from my Shorty September stack. So really, this one and Operation Happy could be interchangeable on this TBR because they're both less than 300 pages and they both have green on the cover. Anyway, that's just my little thought process there. But for this prompt, I will be reading The Secret of the Old Clock. And yeah, I feel like just vibes right now. I'm just kind of feeling this with the November weather ready to set in, and it's kind of like a cloudy, windy day, and the leaves are all changing colors. This is a whole vibe right now. We're going for this one. Okay, and now for your prompt for, okay, I feel like I used the secret passage for you guys last month, so I'm gonna do a little different. We gotta mix it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta re-roll. 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The viewer prompt is going to be Mrs. Peacock. Okay, and then for your viewer prompt for November, I think you guys are gonna like this one. Okay, so Mrs. Peacock is to read a book that is the same genre as your last 5-star read. So if your last 5-star read was a mystery, read any mystery you want. If your last 5-star read was a fantasy, read any fantasy you want. You get the picture. If you have questions, let me know. But that could be a lot of fun. I'm actually kind of jealous you guys got that prompt. So, yeah, I need at least 5 of you to comment down below and let me know when you've completed your book and what book you read. So that'll get me potentially another save in November. Hopefully I won't need it, but they're always nice to have. So I am going to draw the books for the case file now. These are the 4 books that are on my TBR game TBR. And let's see if I can maybe not have any stick together this time. Okay, there's 1, 2, make sure there's still 1 in there, 3. Okay. These guys are going in here. We will take a peek at those at the beginning of December's TBR game. Oh man. I need to think on that. December just has so many possibilities. Anyway, I'm actually really excited with how my TBR shaped up this month. I do know of 1 other book that I will be reading that is not on my TBR game TBR. It did not fit anywhere, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm excited. I feel like I got a good variety. Let me know what you guys are planning to read. If you're planning to take part in the viewer prompt, that is always appreciated. Do you have plans for November? I know some of us are going to be celebrating Thanksgiving. I know some of us have already celebrated Thanksgiving. So yeah, this is just, it can be a super fun time of year. It can be a super hard time of year. So if anybody is watching this and you need a friend, get a hold of me. I especially like on Instagram, you can reach me at Bookchara. Send me a DM if you need a friend. Just throwing that out there. I hope you guys have a wonderful reading month in November, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye.